Hey guys, welcome back to today's episode. We're gonna go over our one and only trade today. As you can see, is BIAF. So those of you guys that traded, hopefully you guys traded BIAF. I was waiting around about an hour, but this was worth the wait. So I'm gonna show you my P&L real soon. But I did get $198 on the day, so I'm gonna show you that right now on BIAF. There we go. So that's my P&L for today, and I'm gonna show you the level 2 of my execution, and yeah, we'll go from there. So first, the stock came up on the scanner, and what I'm starting to do now, I'm starting to have the 10-second chart and the daily chart open instead of 10-second and 1 minute, because I need to see, okay, I need to see levels of resistance first, and I need to see if there's a gap. I saw that there was news coming out for the stock. Sorry, I got some allergies. Time of day that started, the weather started changing in California, so it went from hot, now it's a little bit colder / cloudy, so now my allergies are bad. So I'll be sniffling throughout the video. But it's at 8 a.m. Growing number of case studies came out for the stock, so news came out. I was like, okay, it sounds good. I pull up the daily chart. I noticed if we were able to break 620 or above, we would have resistance probably up until $7.47, and this stock the previous day was 362, and this stock popped up. It was already hitting $4, $4.80, $5, and I was like, wow, I need to start jumping in this pretty soon. And then I flip over to the 1 minute chart from there. So that way I have my resistance levels mapped out on here, and they should correspond. I don't know what happened. I think it was right there. Anyways, yeah, I like having the resistance levels lined out now, because it gives me a reminder, okay, hey, we might be running into some resistance here. I know ascending descending support can be used, but I think that's better used when there's already the stock has already been moving throughout that same morning, so that's when I'll maybe use those. But I like to just set out the resistance levels from there. So it pops up. I take my first trade right in this candle right here. I notice it pops down first, so luckily I get a trade around 524, and then I get in for another 100 shares as it dips down, and then I buy in another candle here, and I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, the holding VWAP strength, it does dip down for a moment, so I did get kind of scared. I tried to fill in for another 100 shares here, but couldn't get filled, and I would have been at 400 shares. And then I start exiting my position. So let's see what I exit. I exit out 300 shares at 581. So this pops up, immediately take it off the table. There's profit done. Then I see that, okay, so let's see if we can break over 6. It's breaking over 6, and this is still within the same. This is all within 3 minutes. This is not even within 5 minutes. So I'm seeing that, okay, we're above. We're gonna get close to this first resistance area. I believe it was. Let's see, the top is high, 630. So that's the top of this candle right here from September 17th. So it did drop down, and they did have a reverse split, which was amazing. It worked out in our favor. I saw that this was the only stock on the day, and I was like, this is probably going to be the one and only good move that we'll likely see. So I'm like, okay, we're going to push up until 6. So I'm waiting until we start climbing up to 6. I don't buy in now. I mean, could have bought in again, but I really wanted to see a push over 6 first, perhaps maybe a dip, but it didn't. So I buy in. It's 502.35. So I buy in this candle right here, another 100 shares at 620 average fill. So I'm like, okay, we breaks over 620, we're gonna go shoot straight to 7. We didn't. We hit resistance right here in this level, close to 7. But I end up exiting about 15 seconds later. So right in this candle right here is when I exited right here. As soon as I started seeing it going down, it did go up to 690, and I couldn't get filled, and I ended up selling at 650. So I got an extra $30 right here in this trade. So that's where I took it off the table, and I was 400 shares. It did pop up again. I was trying to see if I can get another trade in. As it was going down, it began to climb up, flush down, and I was like, I'm closing my computer. I was like, why am I doing this? I cannot. I did really good for the day, so I just turned off the computer. It would have been cool, but still, I think this is still kind of choppy. This is like topping tail. That to me would have already been a big red flag. So I was like, you know what, just don't even risk it. You're doing good on the week, and it went up and rejected immediately, and then I think it did that for a second time, a little bit cleaner action right here, and yeah, and it still would have been a nice base hit, 589 to like 640, would have been really good, but I took it off the table. So now we're gonna see the level 2 play out. I have my window like this because at some point I do end up uncovering my Charles Schwab number, so it's going to be shown on the other screen, but you won't see that here, and I'm just doing that just for privacy. So I see BIF come up on the scanner, so that's what I'm seeing, and you can see the timestamp. I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, this thing's moving. I'm like, I gotta take a trade. You know, 'cause it might go straight up to 620 at that resistance level. I'm like, I can catch a really, you know, sweet 100 shares, $100 off the first trade, and it does have a pretty nasty swing. You'll see in a bit. I'm in 200 shares and immediately down 300, but I was like, whoa, that was scary. So I'm like, okay, it's moving. I'm looking back and forth between the level 2 and the chart, trying to wait till, you know, a proper dip is formed, trying to see, okay, if there's buying, there's more buying coming in, so I enter my buy order, and I have my, I'm kind of fidgeting a little bit because I'm like kind of like nervous, a little bit nervous. So I changed to 300 sell order because I'm like, okay, I gotta take off profit. It's gonna pop, goes up to $6, or maybe that was the hope, to go up to $6. It breaks over 550, and it does. So you'll see in a little bit. Try to buy in for another 100 shares, but I couldn't get filled. I think it's shown here. Yeah, see, I tried to buy in. I'm like, okay, it's gonna bounce off VWAP. I try to buy. I was a little just soon. I was just a little too late. Would have been nice to get that extra 20, but I couldn't get filled. I was too late on that. So I cancel my order before it gets filled, and I'm like, okay, this is going, and I'm gonna take it off the table, and I don't get filled. I cancel my order so I don't get partial fills, and I just take it off the table. I cancel the order because I want to be quick. If things are starting to go south, I want to be able to just cancel that order and hit my sell immediately. Then I'm like, okay, we can catch another 100 shares on this trade up to $7, because I did see that it was already breaking over 620, 621 fill, and I'm waiting, I'm like, okay, it's gonna shoot 7. It doesn't. I should have taken off right there at 215. It was a little too slow, and then same thing. So I sold, left a little bit of profit off the table, not too much, but could have been, I think, 250, but I'll take this. This was honestly fantastic. I don't mind how this turned out to be. This was perfect. Let me know what you guys noticed that maybe I could do better. I wasn't expecting that much of a drastic pullback. I was getting nervous as soon as it hit this area. Maybe I could have waited just a little bit longer for maybe that third or fourth entry, and I could have bought in maybe 200 more shares at this area, and I did feel confident. So yeah, we did pretty good today, and we'll show you guys what the weekly P&L is looking like. Pretty excited. Gotta finish strong. We only 2 more days in September. Gotta stay disciplined. We've already fucked up twice. So up 332. This is actually my best week so far. This is, to me, is my record-breaking week. I put it into the books. These 2 weeks would have been record-breaking, but this takes the cake. So now we got 2 more days, and we can definitely push. I think we can see $500, maybe 600, but we're shooting for that 500, and that'll be perfect. I'll take the profit. Green is green. I know what I did wrong this month, and yeah. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for always watching, and hopefully you guys like that format. Well, I'll put it in a bigger screen next time, but I accidentally revealed my numbers because I needed to see how much buying power I had left, so that's why but I didn't revert it. So yeah, that's it. Have a good weekend, guys. Let's finish September pretty strong, and like always, trading's risky, and be safe. Practice in the simulator. Alright, take care, guys. Bye bye.